Alright, what's up YouTube? I'm doing another video of the ATK forks. I've got, as you can see, a new oil seal on the right, a new dust seal on the left. Just wanted to get those part numbers for people. These are for the early non-adjustable WP 4054s. So I've got this fork completely disassembled. I put the other one back together already. Sitting over there. I tried to do a video of some of the details and it didn't really turn out very good, so I just thought before I get this one together I'll try to explain some of the things that I didn't really get right. So I don't have a manual for these things, but I did find an article from the mid-80s in French, and there it is. This is like 6 pages. So as you can see, by the date of that bike, back when this was a cool fork, they had 6 pages just kind of detailing how to break them down, how to put them together, and right there, how to fill them up with fluid. So I went through Google Translator and translated everything. So this section right here basically describes this filling procedure over here, and I was a little unsure about it. I'm still unsure, but I figure I'll just tell people what I did and maybe somebody can correct me and it'll be useful down the road, or maybe I'll get lucky and I got it right. So this fork comes apart really easily. This is the upper part, completely bare, except for there is a bushing right there at the end, which I'm going to reuse. All you have to do at this point is, if I can set it down, there's a little washer right here. That goes in there. You take your seal, use a little grease, and put it in. I've got this old bushing that I used for something. Seems to fit really well all around the lip of that. So I just push this thing in hand tight, maybe give it some taps of a hammer. And then this is ready to mount to the other leg. So this has your plunger in it. You know, this is what actually does the damping. So when you pull the fluid this way, it comes out of these little holes, and then there's a little spring mechanism in there that also lets fluid go back and forth. And if you look underneath here, you can't really see through, but there's nothing inside of there. It's just that plunger that you can push all the way out the bottom, so I wouldn't do that. But something in particular, so let's say right here I had a new seal in this end ready to go. So I would, sorry for my camera work, I would slide this over here. You'd get a little resistance as you try to fit that seal over, and then it would just go all the way down like that. And so then this is what you have looking at you, and you start to add your fluid. I measured out, I think that's 400 cc's. And you just start to add fluid in here. But a trick is those little holes, every one of them, you can take, like, this is a piece of coat hanger, but you can take a pick or a little Allen wrench. And I don't know if you can see, you can push that down because there's a little valve in there that keeps fluid from going inside that chamber. So when you're adding fluid, try to add it to where these holes are, and you have to also have your little tool right here and just kind of purge it to make sure that you're getting your oil inside those holes. You can just hold it down, but at some point it's going to dribble out of the holes. Now I should have also mentioned you have to have the spring mounted in the bottom and the bottom cap on there. They weren't very clear on that. I didn't know if that would just hold fluid, but no, if you have it just like this, you'll start to see a puddle run out on the floor. So you do have to put your spring back up inside, torque the cap onto the bottom. So they said you could put about 400 cc's in there, and you'll see it start to come over the top, and then you'll know that it's basically level. At that point, because you have the spring in there, your rod's going to be protruding really high. And so that article said you then have to bring this black outer tube up to where this is only sticking out 16 millimeter. So that part will be sticking above this tube 16 millimeter. And if you have excess oil, say you have a 1/2 inch on top of that, just use a syringe and suck it out. If you don't have anything covering it, add more in, but you want it to be level with this part. I hope that was kind of clear. Maybe I'll do a video later as I have it back together with the new seals and I'm putting fluid in just so you can see what it looks like. But I did want to share that. So thanks for watching. Peace.